Hey everybody, I'm Katallina, and today we're talking about episode 5 of Konosuba season 3. When I heard all the soldiers cheering Kazuma's name at the start of the episode, I had a hunch they'd be cursing him by the end of it. But it never dawned on me that he would experience a literal curse, which is what happened here, and it was freaking hilarious. When Iris told him about the cursed objects, I figured we'd be going on a infiltration mission to collect them along with Chris. I didn't expect Iris to have one of them, or for Konosuba to do a Freaky Friday themed situation where Kazuma and Iris swap bodies. I can't decide what I liked most about this episode. Trying to get Claire to execute that pompous knight, I think his name is like Kazurugi or Mitsurugi or something. People keep messing his name up, so I'm going to too, because you know how I am with names. But that was hilarious. I mean, just Kazuma standing there in Iris' body, looking at him as his hand is on her head and going, "Claire, he has touched me improperly. Execute him." I almost died, because those two have never gotten along, and of course nobody has any idea that Kazuma is currently Iris, so he's able to try and get away with anything, and of course nothing bad actually happened to the guy. He just beat a hasty retreat, and I don't blame him. I also really liked the part where he is all talking about wanting to congratulate Darkness on her win. Of course he stumbles and says he wants to mess with her, but it turns out she's in the bath, and oh dear lord, the situation that they wind up in where he's like, "Oh, I'll wash her back, I'll wash your back too, Claire," and Claire's like, "It's such an honor." I really liked the fact that when that went down, Kazuma's like, "Wait a second, oh my dear god, did we just find something weird out about this woman?" I think my favorite part of that situation, though, is the reality that we see it fade to white as Iris's outfit is being taken off and everything. And then we are with Kazuma's body, and Megumin and Kazuma, or Iris technically, have gone out into town, and Megumin's run her mouth, and there are guys about to beat the crap out of Kazuma, and he returns to his body just in time to get pulverized black and blue, because, yeah, he deserved it considering how gross and pervy he was being, which, in the context of the show, is generally hilarious, but oh come on. We all know that Kazuma can absolutely be an obnoxious perv. The first half of the episode, with the battle against the Demon King's army, was also really great. My favorite part of the whole thing was anything that went on with Megumin. I really love it when we see her doing her spell and everything, and then we see her being carried back on the stretcher, and all the guys are just singing her praises madly, and oh my gosh, she's so cool. And then they're like, "And tomorrow you can show us your advanced magic," and Megumin is just sitting there, or lying there thinking like, kill me now. Because of course we all know Megumin does not have advanced magic because Kazuma put all of her points into Explosion, which based on her personality is exactly where they belong. But it definitely did not help her here. It reminded me of this old Ninja Turtles episode where they're on a boat, they've rescued these people, it was a costume party so the turtles got to come as themselves. The main character of the episode is Raphael, and the guy who owns this pizza place that they were complaining about is all like, "Yeah, you can come and meet with me, you can tell me what you want, I'll fix or change anything you desire, but first we gotta get out of these silly costumes." Which of course means the turtles can't go and get their prize, or in this situation, it means that Megumin can't actually show off for these people because she does not have the skills. I really like the fact though that it ties into the next scene where she's basically like, you know what I want to do? I want to go home. I want to go back to Axel. I want to go back to where we actually live. I just want to go back to living our normal lives. I want to get out of the capital of this place because this place is crazy. And the fact that she just wants to be with her friends was so sweet. Of course, the funniest thing that happened during that first half battle is the fact that Kazuma is chasing this kobold. He's all like, "I'm gonna get you," and stuff, and the kobold leads him into an ambush of like 100,000 other kobolds that are just like, "Yeah!" And then of course, Kazuma dies. He gets sent back to where Iris is, and Iris is like staring at him for a good solid 30 seconds. Just dead staring him. Like, and I mean, when I say 30 seconds, I mean like it's in our time. It's absolutely amazing comedic timing. I almost wanted to check my browser and make sure everything was working properly. But then we find out that she's mad because Kazuma felt up Chris, and it's like, yeah, that was like, no, dude. But he ends up making peace with her, and she asks him, "Oh, you're someone I trust, really?" to go and like collect these items, and that's how we ended up with the situation that we were in. I still wonder what will happen with the other items that are missing. Are we going to have to go on some kind of infiltration mission? And I wonder just what is actually going to happen once Iris realizes that she's back in her own body and that she's in the bath with Claire and with Darkness. Like, is she going to be like, how the hell did I get here? Kazuma may or may not have some explaining to do. We'll have to see what happens going forward. Either way, though, I genuinely enjoyed this episode, and I thought that it was pretty cool. I thought the overall, I called it a Freaky Friday situation, because that's what it makes me think of, was handled well. We spent the majority of it as Kazuma and Iris body, and that makes perfect sense, given the way that he behaves and everything, and the fact that, from her point of view, it probably wouldn't have been as interesting, because I'm sure she was just going around and being normal and getting to explore for the first time, which was probably very wholesome, aside from Megumin running her mouth. But of course Kazuma was going to be a little shit, and he definitely lived up to that expectation. So what did you guys think of this episode? Did you have a favorite part? Was there anything you wish had been done different? I'd love to know, so drop a comment below, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!